Hi everyone, it's Jackie, of course, and I just wanted to share with you a quick project today. Well, actually, before I get started, I want to say I hope everyone is healthy and happy and getting along with whoever is in your house at the moment, and that we're all doing well. And I also wanted to share with you just a couple of cards I've gotten in the mail, just for fun, because these are things I won't put up on my blog, but they might be fun to see. So this one's from a team member of mine, and she's used some pretty flower stamps down here at the bottom of the circle, and then I just really liked how she did the leaves and then the hearts coming out the top. It was nice. And then this one is using the Beautiful Moments stamp set, and this one's from a lady who used to be my customer and then moved to Australia and then signed up as a demonstrator, and she was just really tickled to see a stamp set with my name on it, and so she made me a card and sent it to me. I just thought that was really sweet of her. So those are just a couple of cards to share with you for today. So something that's been on my mind, as may have been on yours, is the fact that we need to be grateful during this time of uncertainty, but grateful that we have a home, grateful that we have plenty of food, grateful for lots of different things. And sometimes, especially when you are cramped in with your children and spouse, you might need to be reminded that you are actually grateful for them sometimes. But anyway, so I thought what might be nice to do today is just make a little gratitude journal. And it can be something that you can sketch your creative ideas in, or it can be something that you actually maybe put down your things that you're grateful for each day, or just like some inspirational thoughts that you have, as we have a lot more time to be still during this period in history. So I've kept it really simple because I want it to be something that you can create quickly and maybe make a few of them for people. So all you need is a notebook. Now I've left this cover on so that you can see that it doesn't have to be a particularly beautiful notebook. These ones, I actually don't remember where they came from, but they actually have two black covers and then two white covers. So this ugly, whatever that is, I'm just going to cut that off completely. And even if you have a really ugly cover, you can just cover over it. And this one, because it's transparent, I would just put something on both sides. Any case, sorry. Oh, I didn't quite get that one off. And then just pull that out and get rid of that. So then you can decorate this white cover, or you can turn it over and decorate the black back. Or like I said, just do the front. But because this one has no up or down, it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to do this piece. So mine happens to be 8.5 by 5.5, but of course you'll just need to measure your envelope, how tall and wide it is, and then cut a piece of cardstock that's that size, or maybe just a little bit smaller. And mine has rounded corners. So I'm just going to round these corners. I'm using our triple something punch, but you may have something else. Anyway, if it's rounded, you can round it. If you don't have a corner rounder, you can even put it on and just use your scissors to shape it. This isn't exactly the same round, but because it's black on black, it doesn't really matter. Then I find it's easiest to actually decorate this piece rather than decorating directly on the notebook, because I don't know, then you can pick it up and do things with it and wrap ribbon around and such. Now I'm choosing to use today the Ornate garden suite that is being released tomorrow, just for something new. And I decided to keep the prints really simple. The papers do have some really busy prints, or I should say more exciting prints, but I wanted to kind of go for the elegant, simple look. So I'm choosing this mint macaron piece with the gold, but you can see on the other side you've got more like different colors. So I just need to round, let me just make sure I've got that the right way, that corner as well. And then this piece is crumb cake. And I did, before I started the video, embossed it with the Ornate Garden embossing folder. And I know you can't really see that, but hopefully you can see on here, maybe under the light, the what that embossing folder looks like. And I actually really like this embossing folder. So you'll just put those pieces on. Oops, I did not round the corner. That's the problem with doing Facebook Lives. I'll have to wash that out after, get the glue out of there. But hey, now you see that we all do those silly things. Okay, then you just put the paper of your choice. You could even do 2 prints, but like I said, I wanted to keep it a little more subdued. Okay, then for the ribbon, in this bundle there is the terracotta tile ribbon, which would be a nice contrast, or there's the old olive ribbon, and I think I'm going to stick with the old olive ribbon actually. So I'm just going to cut off a couple pieces that are just a bit longer, and actually I'm going to go back. So I'm going to use the Ornate Thanks stamp set and the Ornate Frames dies. And I'm not sure if these are the 2 that bundle together, or if, I think that actually they each bundle with a different, it's like a whole suite. So this bundles with the border dies and this one bundles with the flower dies, I'm pretty sure. But this one I think is really cool, and it's So Grateful is just perfect for what we want to do today. So with this one, I've used these 2 dies, whoopsies. And I've gone ahead and cut this one out of the gold foil. And let's put that on right over that. Well, you could have it in the right over that, or I might choose to put it just a little bit higher, like so. And then I'm going to put my ribbon on over the top of this, so you can just see a little bit more ribbon than otherwise. If it were underneath that, you would just see the tiniest amount. And make sure your ribbon is covering that join where the 2 papers meet, because it may not be, you know, absolutely straight and spot on. And I just doubled this just to make it a little more full. There's no really any other reason for that. You can crisscross them if you want to. Then I'm going to take a bit of the ribbon. Either my ribbon is crooked or my frame is crooked. I'm going to leave it. Okay, then you're just going to take about 10 inches of this ribbon, slip it underneath, and just tie a little bow if you would like. You could put your words on first if you wanted. I'm just winging it, and then trim those off. Okay, maybe I got way too much ribbon, but then this smaller stitched rectangle that fits in with this die. So I cut that out of, I used shimmer white because that's what was a scrap that was sitting on my desk, but you could use vanilla, or you could use white, you could use whatever you want. And you can stamp that So Grateful in basic black. Not basic black, Memento black, or Stays On. I chose to use Versamark and heat embossed it in black just to make it shiny and just stand out a little bit more, but that is completely an extra. If you just have black ink, then just use black ink. And then I'm going to use my black dimensionals and put that on over top the ribbon. Okay, make sure it is the right way up. I'm just going to scoot that ribbon up a little bit more. Oh, and then stick it to my paper. See, we all do these things. And then put that on with dimensionals. And my bow's sitting a little lower than on the first one, but I actually kind of like it that way. I'll show you the 2 in a minute. Okay, actually there's one more thing I want to do here that I probably should have done first. So I want to write, you see how we've got the so grateful for everything? I tried this several different ways, and this is the best way to do it. So you could either have a separate piece, but then I thought it competed with that frame a little bit. I'm just looking for my Versamark. There it is. So the only way it's going to show up on this paper that has foil is to heat emboss it. So if you don't have black embossing powder or are not set up for heat embossing, then maybe just use one of the prints or a print that doesn't have the foil, the metallic elements to it, and then it will stamp just fine. Okay, and then we'll just put the black powder on, and then we heat it. If I were doing a video, I would edit this part out, but you get the pleasure of hearing it today. Okay, there, now it's really rich and shiny and it shows up. It's a nice contrast with the print that's underneath. Hopefully you can see that because I realize that this paper's got shine, so it may be sort of glaring a little bit. Okay, then after that, we are ready to put it on our notebook. And I'm still going to use the black side. But you can see how if I used the white side and had a white border and used one of the floral prints, this whole notebook would look quite different. You need to use a pretty good adhesive because you're gluing it on plastic most likely. So I wouldn't suggest Tombow or Snail, but rather something really sticky. Okay, and then you're just going to put that on your notebook. Then the very last thing is we have our gilded gems, and I've obviously used some, so I've chosen to put 3 down here at the bottom. And then I put 1 here at the For Everything, and then just put a couple up here as well. Maybe move that away. There we go. Okay, so there you go. They're two basically the same. So I hope you'll consider giving that a try, maybe making your own gratitude journal, or maybe a gratitude journal for yourself and people in your house. And more importantly, that we take the time to be grateful and be positive during this time. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.